initially we started some discussions with the Tank Museum back in 2008 and 9 in terms of sustainable conservation of the historical tanks we have at Bovington. And the idea was to look into this from engineering and technology viewpoint, how we can sustainably control the degradation in these artifacts to make sure that these are available for longer time for the next generation to come and see.
Well, here at the Tank Museum, we look after the world's most important collection of tanks and armoured fighting vehicles. And the vehicles, as you can see here behind me, come in all shapes and sizes, but the thing they have in common, they are complex mechanical systems based on large lumps of steel. And the big question in this game is, how do we look after these vehicles, and how, for running vehicles, do we keep them running way beyond their original design life? And that was the problem we were seeking to solve working with the VU team.
Initially, we started with the Tiger, and then Dr. Saeed expanded his research to over a dozen key tanks, including Sherman, Valentines, I mentioned, and then he looked into all these tanks, then compared the materials used and the types of systems we have and the types of failure which have been occurring in these tanks, and then what control measures we could put in place to retard these failure mechanisms.
The single most important thing that changed was that when we started working in about 2009 with the BU team, we didn't have any data. And if you're looking to make evidence-based decisions, trying to make those without data is just fiction. So over the course now of more than 10 years, we've been collecting data, so it gives us a chance to make good decisions. It's been a great opportunity to work with people who are experts in their field to help us make better decisions about how we're looking after our stuff. And the building we're standing in is the most visible example of that effect. When we were working on our first PhD with the BU team, one of the key conclusions was we had all sorts of stuff that was kept outside. We were trying to find strategies we could follow to look after large lumps of steel outside. And the overall conclusion was, this is pushing water uphill. And actually, until we got things inside, everything else became a detail.
The knowledge we have from here is adaptable to designing other solutions, for example, biomedical engineering, for example, other sustainable equipments or machines, for example, automotive industries, locomotive industries, aerospace. So that is the wider benefit of our research.